Hello and welcome to Fun with Java. So now we will cover the selection structure. A selection structure is basically an algorithm which helps you to choose the output based on your input and also the statement you made before. Okay, so now we will go to the first example, which is the if-else structure. One of the selection structure, okay? So first of all, I will define integer n equal to 4. And this is the input. Okay, so now line 16 to line 18 is what we call the selection structure. So start from line 16, you start the selection structure by this if. Okay, this is the one part of the algorithm. Okay, if n smaller than 4, okay, inside this bracket is the condition fulfilled by the input. Okay, so if n is smaller than 4 and inside this curly bracket is the instruction that you want to execute. So in this case, system.out.println, the number is smaller than 4. So the system will print out the number is smaller than 4 if n is smaller than 4. Okay, so now come to the line 17. And now I use else if. Okay, else if is actually give you more choices or more options can be fulfilled by the input. In this case, n equal to 4. So if n equal to 4, the system will print out the number is equal to 4. Okay, so in this case, we define n equal to 4. So when I run this, n, the number is equal to 4. Okay, so what is this else? Okay, this else is actually the default output. Means that if the input is not fulfilling the above conditions, the default output will be executed. In this case, the number is greater than 4. Since if n is not smaller than 4, n is not equal to 4, then the number must be greater than 4. Okay? So what if you don't want to print out anything for this default output? Means that when the n is greater than 4, you don't want to print this out. It's very simple, just remove this line. Okay? It's not compulsory for you to put the default output. Let's say when n equal to 5. When I run this, nothing will be printed out. Okay, as you can see, nothing will be printed out, and it will not give you error because it's not compulsory for you to put the else statement. Okay, the next thing I want to say is what happens when both of the conditions are fulfilled. Let's say the first one is n smaller or equal to 4, and the second one is n equal to 4. So when integer n is equal to 4, these two conditions are fulfilled. So are both of them going to be executed? No, okay? When I run the program, you can see that only the first line is executed. Why? Because when I run the program and the system scans the first line and it knows that these conditions is fulfilled, so it will execute this line. And once one of the conditions, one of the instruction is executed, it will not go to further for the selection structure. Means that it will just skip any of the selection structure below and skip to the next thing, next algorithm that you write here, if there is any. But it will not go to the remaining of the selection structure. Okay, that is the first selection structure we learn, and we will go straight to the second example. The second example is using the switch structure. So first, I still define integer n equal to 11 and switch n. What does this mean? Means that you switch to the variable, which is the input, that you're going to choose the output. Inside this bracket is not the conditions like the if else structure, but the variable. Okay, and this curly bracket is the everything inside this curly bracket is the output that you're going to make. Okay, so let's say in this case, I change the integer name go to 8. Integer, so case 8 will be executed because n is equal to 8. So when I run this, the number is equal to 8. So 8, 9, 10 is the same thing. So we'll go to the default. The default is actually same as the else just now. Means that it is a default output. When n is not fulfilling the above cases, it will go to the last case, which is the default case. And also, when this is executed, the others will not be executed. So break plays a important role. So what happens when you don't put the break here? When you run the program, the case 8 and case 9 will both be executed out. Why? Because you do not break the instructions. How does this works? So when n equal to 8, the system knows that the case 8 is fulfilled. So the instructions will be executed out. But it will not the system will not check the condition below here. It will not check if the n is case 9. It will just continue executed um any remaining instructions. So start from the case 8, it will start to execute until here, until there's a break statement. So that's why it's important to put a break here so that it only execute this line instead of any remaining. So you might ask, why do I no need to put a break after the default case? Very simple, because the default case, there is no other things below the default case. So even you don't put a break statement, there will be nothing to be executed out. Okay, also if you put a break also, there's no wrong. Okay, you can also put a break statement, and I think it's a good practice for you to put a break statement also. And you might ask also if this default statement can be put up here. Okay, yes, of course. The arrangements does not matter as long as you put the break statement. Okay, even you put the case 10 above the case 8, it doesn't matter. Okay, and these are the two selection structures we learned. And now I go to example 3, but it is also a if-else statement. I mean if-else selection structure. So very simple. Character C, I define it as X. And if C is greater or equal to A or smaller or equal to Z, doesn't matter if small letter or capital letter, it will print out letter and prints out what C is. And same goes to the digit if C is a digit. Any others, the system will come to the else statement. When I run this, okay, letter X. Why? Because character C is X. So when I put character C is a plus sign. Okay, the character is plus and it's not a letter, and it's not a digit, simply because it's not fulfill the if statement here, nor the else if statement here. So it will go to the default statement. Okay. And now we will go to the last example. The last example is about the switch selection structure with a little if else structure also. So Boolean leap year equal to true. Okay, you can ignore this one first. We will come back to it later. and we comes to this first integer days equal to 0. So the next line is actually a repetition structure. If you haven't learned this, you can learn this from other videos of us. Okay, so it actually means that this whole selection structure will be repeated from month equal to 1 to month equal to 12. Okay, so when month equal to 1, it fulfill the case 1 here, and since there is no break statement, it will go down until the break statement, which is this. Okay, so this one will be executed, so days plus 31. And since it breaks here, so the whole switch will this whole switch selection structure will be broken. So it goes to month equal to 2. So now month is equal to 2, so it goes to case 2 now. So here's come the row of leap year. So goes to line 114, you predefine that the leap year is true. Means that you define now is the leap year. So if leap year, since you define Boolean leap year is true, so this if will be the condition is fulfilled. So days plus 29. Okay. So the else statement will not be executed because the if already been fulfilled. So days plus 29. And it breaks. And it goes to integer month equal to 3, which is same as the case 1 just now. And let's say it's 4 now. We go to the case 4. So as you can see, there is no case 4 here. So what happens? Okay, you go to the default case, which is day plus 30, and it break. Okay, very simple, right? This is the very basic programming and for the selection structure. When I run this, as you can see, number of days 366. Because the leap year here, you add 29 days instead of 28 because you predefine the leap year is true. Okay. Oh yeah, this thing is not an instructions but a descriptions. It means that month with 31 days is a 135 month. The January, 3rd March, May, and the following is the month with 31 days. And case 2, February is a special case because yeah, the February has 29 days for the leap year and 28 for the other. And default is a like the April, the June. So these are the month with 30 days. Okay, I think that's all for this video, and hope you enjoy it and you can understand the explanation of mine. Thank you.